Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's the weekly market wrap up here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Whiz, and the S&P 500, folks, ripped to record highs yesterday and closed at record highs. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm going to take a little bit of a victory lap here, man. Back in February, when people were panicking and Trump's going to get us all killed in these trade wars, and all the quote smart money panicked. We didn't at Top Gun Options, man, and we bought right around the bottom, got bullish, added to positions in JP Morgan, Amazon, SIBO, the S&P 500. We put bullish on America trades years out into the future, and we crushed it. We absolutely crushed it. And guess what? We did a full throttle this week. I did 4 free days of live trading and training, over $7,500 in closed S&P 500 trades alone. Look at this one yesterday. This was a bear call spread. Look at this. S&P 500 bear call spread, $1.30. I think I got filled $1.35, $1.40. Out. 95% profit. $1,900 in a single trade. Steve out 82%. Man, this is just, I absolutely love this. This is just absolutely fantastic. And I was in here chatting back and forth. I had to do a podcast yesterday, but I came out and was chatting with everybody. And man, look at that. Men lie, trades don't. $1,900. I forget how long that was, a couple hours or something like that. I placed that trade, went to the podcast studio, got back. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take $1,900, 95% profit. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of being at the podcast studio, make sure you check out the No Fallen Heroes. A lot of you are following the Top Gun Options YouTube channel, which is great. We need a hell of a lot more subscribers on the No Fallen Heroes YouTube channel, only 860. But do me a favor, check out my beautiful bride Susie's podcast that was dropped, what was it, Thursday morning? Healing in the Garden, Plant Medicine, Jesus, and the Path to Wholeness. You can watch it on the YouTube channel, or you can go on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeart, wherever cool kids listen to podcasts, you can listen to the Max Afterburner podcast. So make sure you go check that out. But that just shows you the power of what we do here at Top Gun Options, folks. Shot a trade, went and lived for a little bit, came back, and it did exactly what I expected it to. As of me jumping on the air this morning, there are 2 full throttle memberships left. There's an unlimited amount of solo Amazon because that's kind of our gateway service. But folks, $7,500 in a week in S&P 500 trades. That's 2 years. In 4 days, folks, well, technically 5, because that SPX trade was yesterday. In 5 days, I paid for over 2 years of your membership. Could you imagine? Let's just do some quick math here. $7,500 in a week times 52 weeks. Anybody in here like to potentially make $400,000? Folks, that's just my S&P 500 trades. That's not Amazon. Look at the rip. I'm not even going to show you. Go look at the rip Amazon took since we added to our long-term bullish position during the, oh my God, we're going to die in a trade war stupidity. Ladies and gentlemen, this ain't hard. A little bit of elbow grease at the beginning, and you can do it. Go on our homepage, under topgunoptions.com, underneath trade groups, go down to full throttle. Grab the one in the middle. Now, if you just want to kick the tires for a little bit, but get access to my S&P 500 sniper shots, do the hunters for a couple months. And then, after I convince you and I'm not a complete idiot, then email us and say, hey, I want to upgrade and save some money. If you just want to kick the tires, get access to a couple live trade briefs and some training and the manuals, that's to kind of keep your trial going. I'm a professional. I'm not a charity. I run a charity. This ain't a charity, okay? So, all right, let's get going. Let me give you a quick brief here. Speaking of Top Gun Options YouTube, you can go watch some of my media hits from this week. It was pretty funny. Secretary Hegseth and my brother Raisin Kane, General Kane, did a press conference to kind of put down the naysayers of, yeah, it was a great strike, but you suck. We didn't blow anything up. We didn't do anything. It was pretty funny in the press conference because Raisin took a shot across my Navy bow. He said, I can confirm at the Air Force Fighter Weapons School, we don't have beach volleyball. So when I got on Fox News right after that brief, I fired back at my brother Raisin and said, yeah, that's because We're smart enough to put our bases near beaches and oceans and in good places. But if you're smart, you actually know that Top Gun was moved from San Diego in the 90s, sadly, to the desert. But still, I wanted to make fun of my bro Raisin. I told you throughout this free week of live trading and trading, the market is always forward looking. Iran, it's done. It's in the rearview mirror. Well, they're still got, it's done. The market is doing what? It is forward looking. Why did the market pull back yesterday in the middle of the day where I took that sniper? Look at this. So I shot a bear call spread up here, went to my podcast, and it imploded. Nice rally into the close, though. It didn't hit the highs of the day, but what happened? Because I knew the market was on to the next thing, and this happened. Trump came out. He's already done with Iran, too. He's like, I'll bomb them again if needed. I'm on to the next thing. I'm done talking about a trade deal with China. Whoa. Market imploded. This was, you can see it on the S&P 500. Why did the S&P 500 go down there, Whiz? Because Trump blasted Canada in a trade war. So we're on to the next thing already, okay? And he said this yesterday. He's like, I'm not sure what's going to happen on July 9th. I might have some deals. We might not. He's back to being Trump the negotiator in trade. Somebody asked in that press conference yesterday. I love how he said that. He's like, should I keep going and answering questions? And all the reporters yelled, yeah. And he's like, yeah, this ain't Biden. I'll stand up here all day and answer your questions. That guy couldn't string two sentences together. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a historic rebound. And yes, I'm going to take a victory lap because I predicted this. When everybody, not at Top Gun Options, was panicking on the way down, we scaled into bullish positions. This is why I also remind all of my Top Gun Options members, never be 100% fully invested in equities. I always have about 50 to 25% of my powder dry in cash. Why? For these reasons on your screen. That's when I dip in to that reserve, when I can walk in as people are panicking. If you were 100% invested in equities and they were all bullish positions, you got wiped. And some of you, most likely, if you're not a member here, probably bailed, right? You don't buy high and sell low, folks. You're doing it wrong. That's why you should grab one of the remaining 2 Full Throttle memberships and join. We know what we're doing, folks. And it's really interesting. Look at this. Retail investors purchased a net $3.2 billion of stocks in the 5 days through Wednesday. This is a sharp reversal, right? Retail is jumping in, ladies and gentlemen. And here's what's interesting is the Magnificent Seven. The only 2 I care about in that list are Microsoft and Amazon, and mainly Amazon for me. Folks, Amazon's ripping. Well, let's just go look at the chart, Whiz. Look at Amazon up here. Just throw some Amazon. I'm loving our synthetic. Look at man, could you imagine? Not could you imagine? How about the TGO members who got Amazon synthetic stock at 150? It's almost at 225. $75 run in Amazon, folks. So don't give me this, oh, well, retail is still, souring on the Mag 7. Ladies and gentlemen, when, not if, we're going to have another little bit of pullback or something, where does money flock to? Safety. These names are safe. As I covered in the solo Amazon brief on Thursday, Amazon's the Death Star. It literally prints money, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't going out of business. All these other names that retail investors are flocking to, you can get destroyed. It's a little bit of gambling, folks, and I don't gamble. Earlier in this week, the Fed's targeted inflation gauge shows little tariff impact. Suck on that, Jerome Powell, one of the most hyper-partisan Fed chiefs I've ever seen. Inflation was going up in the fall, and he cut 50 basis points in front of the election. Inflation was kind of double what it is right now, and he cut. Now inflation's down 2 point whatever. Well, I'm waiting. He's waiting for something to break. But I predicted this would happen. This was confirmed this week. Or not confirmed, but it's getting harder. Trump considers naming next Fed chairman early to undermine Powell. I told you, folks, he ain't going to fight. He was thinking about it. And then a guy like me, smart guy, probably went to him and said, keep him. Use him as a punching bag. If anything goes wrong, that's your fall guy. And it's perfect because he rips him to shreds and then says what? Yeah, but I'm still not going to fire him. Of course you're not. Keep him around as a punching bag for the next 6-7 months, but name a dove early and the market's going to rip. So ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the guy and you can go look at sit reps from months ago or, January, February, as the trade war rhetoric was heating up, I said, we'll get through it and we will see a mid-year rip your face off rally. Don't believe me? Go watch them. Look at this, folks. I got it. I nailed it. A mid-year rip your face off rally. When, not if, all the dust starts settling from all these trade, skirmishes, we're going to rip even more. We are in a secular bear market. I mean, that was just a hiccup, folks. We are back on track. Did you get your bullish on America trade on? If you didn't, you're a fool. Coming out of pocket, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 to potentially make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in the next 3 to 5 years. Are you insane not to do that trade? I have no idea what I'm talking about. That's on you, man. Go watch the replays. Bullish on America trade, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get it on. Go watch the one. Just scroll down here. Where is it? I did 2 months ago. Go watch the original one when everybody was panicking down here. Look at this. 2 months ago. Scroll down and find this one that says America trade. See the trade that I did 2 months ago. Where? Right down here. And in this week's free live trade brief, I asked my current members, I said, hey, let all the potential new members how your America's trade's doing. On average, it's up over triple digits. I saw 100, I saw 150% return so far. Folks, that trades years out into the future, and in 2 months, it's up a couple 100% for some people. I can't do anything else, folks. I did my best this week. If you don't want to join, good luck dogfighting this market solo. Got a handful of slots left for full throttle. And then if you want, you're not ready for full throttle, just do solo Amazon. It's a cheap bottle of wine. It's $97 a month. Do that for a couple months or just start off like smart people do and do the annual. It's $970 for the year. Okay. It's obviously cheaper to do the annual membership. Make sure you take the upsell, the Options Weapons School training. If you don't know what you're doing, do Options Weapons School. If you know what you're doing, I will make you better. I guarantee you. Still do the Options Weapons School, folks. Okay? This is where you go to flight school. Session 1 through 8. Get in here and watch these several times. Have a notebook, have a pen, write stuff down, folks. Download your manuals, and this will get you up to speed in short order. Okay? That's it. We're done. We're not doing any full throttle. I think, what is it, August, September, months. So you need to get airborne or we're done. Again, I don't like a zoo. This week, I think one of those briefs had like 270, 300 people. I can't stand it. I saw my little icon up here with the amount of questions. I'm like, it gives me agita, folks. I do not like being a I loved being an F-18 flight instructor. It was one-on-one, me and the student. In here, in my full throttle, we have a nice tight squadron. I can't have a zoo. Why? Because it is my job as an instructor I don't leave a regular member brief with any hanging chads, with a member question just hanging there. I answer everything. During a free week, I can't. I just can't. There's questions all over the spectrum and I can't do it. Okay. But for my members in the regular member briefs, I will. And by the way, my members can always post in our threads and they can chat with me. You see this chat over here? Look at that. See all these members who like, hey, Whiz, I got a question. Look at that. You get direct access to me. Or I strongly recommend if people email me or chat me directly, I'm like, hey, that's a good question. Do me a favor, post it for everybody so I can answer it for everybody. I can't have, how many in our hunters here? Can't have 275 people chatting me, asking similar questions. So sometimes I'll say, hey, post that for everybody. What's over here in solo Amazon? Look at that, 627 members. Again, you can chat at me, but if it's going to go to everybody, I'll probably say, hey, go post this out there for everybody. All right, I got to go. Good stuff. Make sure you join me Monday morning at 10 a.m. for our solo Amazon brief. I got a lot to say. Have a great rest of your day. Fights on. Namaste and basi basi. Whiz out.